What's up, autograph addicts? Time for another Just the Tip video. Now this video is on how to send a book through the mail to get signed. Now I love signed books. I actually have a signed book library. But surprisingly, I don't do this very often. And the main reason is the price. I usually just send book plates or several book plates in a regular envelope to get signed. Costs about $1. Now you can go really expensive with this. You can use bubble envelopes and you can actually do prepaid postage on the self-addressed stamped envelope, but you have to send that first class, and that costs around $12 total plus supplies. The way I do it, it only costs about $6, and you use media mail. But there's a little trickery involved. I mean, it's nothing cheating the post office or anything, but it's good to know if you're sending a book because you can save some money. So what are you going to need, guys? Well, you're going to need a 9x12 envelope. And this is for like a normal book. If you get a thick book, you're going to need to get the size above this. I'm not sure about the dimensions of the bigger size, but it is bigger than 9x12. I use these flat envelopes, not the bubbled. These do work. A lot of people are kind of skeptical to use these because they look really flimsy and they can break. The key is tape. I always tape the bottoms and tape the tops whenever I send something. So need 2 of these. So you got our 2 right there. You're also going to need $3 in cash, so 3 $1 bills. I only have 1 on me today, so pretend this is $3. I don't usually carry cash around, so usually when I do this I have to go to the bank and actually get ones out. I do it in bulk, so I'll do several different people that I'm sending out to. So need 3 $1 bills. You also need the book that you're sending out. I picked this, Poet's Corner by John Lithgow, otherwise known as Neary's favorite actor. So I'm going to send to John Lithgow, supposedly. I'm not actually going to send this out. This is just to show you guys how it's done. And you're going to need to write a letter. So here is my letter. This is my letter. I didn't want to write a fake letter. I didn't want to spend the time on it. So pretend this is my letter. So the first thing you're going to do is take the dust jacket off of the book. That's very important because all that's going to happen is the dust jacket's going to get beat up in the mail. And there's no reason for that. You can just take it off and put it back on whenever the book comes back. So put that in a space where you know it's going to be whenever the book comes back. I have a big pile of them actually in a closet. So, so now your book's coatless. It doesn't have a dust jacket. So leave that there. You've wrote your letter. Make sure to mention in your letter what you're doing here, and what you're doing is including the $3 for postage back, and that allows them to do media mail. The reason is you cannot pre-stamp the inside envelope, and here's the inside envelope. This is the envelope that's inside the main envelope that I'm sending out. So this will come back to me. Now to send it, all you got to do is fold it up. But you cannot put prepaid postage if you're doing media mail on this. They have to do it at the post office, from the post office it's being sent at. That's why you cannot put actually anything on here, and that's why you're sending the $3, okay? So make sure to mention that in your letter, because they can get confused. Most of the time they send your money back, but it's just a courtesy to basically pay for postage. If your book's a little bit heavier, put $4 in there. That should cover it. Media mail is really cheap. It's just slow. And that's where you really save your money. Because if you didn't do that, you can get this pre-done, but it'd have to be first class, and the weight of a book is going to be around probably $5–6, probably $6, and you just don't want to do that. So basically what I do is I have my inside envelope here, addressed to myself. Remember, guys, always put a return address, even if it's your own address. If it's the same address, no problem, but put it up there. That way nobody can just write in an address and have it returned to sender to themselves. Just kind of a security measure. But I just stick that basically in the front of the book right here. Then I take my letter and stick it right on top of that. And then I take my money and stick it right there. Simple as that. You got your letter, you got your return envelope, you got your money to pay for the postage. And you know what? I usually throw in extra book plates because, you know, you are spending $6 on this, and the more autographs you can get in, the better. So I usually throw a couple book plates in there too and explain about that in the letter. You want to explain about all this in the letter. So you got that right there. So that's what it looks like. Do it like that. Then you take your envelope that's going out to John Lithgow. Now, I didn't actually write John Lithgow on here because I actually want to use this later for somebody else. But this, pretend it says John Lithgow. You stick the book and the envelope like that, and then pull up those tabs. And like I said, it seems kind of weird that you're using such a flimsy envelope, but these actually, I've never had one of these bust. I take that back. I think it one busted on a Jimmy Carter, but it came pretty much intact. So you'll want to tape this shut, okay? So I use really nice thick tape up here. I just use Scotch tape for the bottom just to reassure and make sure that's going okay. Sometimes I send multiple books. Again, if you're doing that, you may want to think about getting a larger envelope, larger than the 9x12. But after you're done with that, you're ready to go. You got the address right there. You take it down to the post office. Make sure to send it media mail, guys. That'll save you $3 sending out. Just get it in the mail, and you should get it back. Like I said, usually they don't even use the money inside, but it's there as a courtesy, just in case they want to. But that is how you send a book through the mail to get signed. Again, I don't do it very often, but for authors that I really want a hand-signed book by, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're a big fan of somebody. So I hope this helped you out, guys. I'm Zane Savage, and you take care. All of you autograph addicts.